Hi, my name is Doyle Schuler, and welcome to the webinar. I'm so glad you're here with us today. I want to tell you right off the bat that we're going to cover some very important and very interesting information in this webinar that has the power to dramatically affect your life. So here's what you may want to do. You may want to pause the video just for a moment. You may want to grab your favorite beverage, turn your cell phone and maybe your Facebook off just for a minute, pull your chair up close, and really pay attention to what we're going to talk about, because what we're going to talk about is how to thrive and prosper like never before in today's economy. And I think you're going to enjoy this a whole lot. So let's go ahead and jump in. As I'm sure you already know, our national debt is truly soaring out of sight. And I know every time I watch the news, you can't escape seeing the national debt clock just go up and up and up. And I tell you, that's enough to keep anyone awake at night. And here's another thing that's very interesting. The purchasing power of our U.S. dollar has declined 95% since the year 1913. And what that means is in 1913, if you had $100 and let's say you put it underneath your mattress and then you went and pulled it out today, the value of that $100 that you had back then would only be worth $5 today. And that's incredible how fast the dollar is dropping. Here's another way to look at it. In this chart, it shows the dropping of the U.S. dollar and the decline right there, but it also shows the increase in the Fed printing more and more money. Actually, a better slide right here that just totally blew me away, and I had to include this in our presentation. It shows the monetary base, the amount of dollars that the Fed is printing. Look at this, starting back in 98. This is in the year 2000, Y2K, which scared everyone to death. And they printed a lot of extra money back then to deal with that. And then, of course, 9/11, they went back to the printing presses because of all the catastrophic changes that were happening in the U.S. and global economy. And they were concerned about how much money they were printing at that time back then. And then you go up here. Look at this. It's almost like the space shuttle taking off. It just goes on practically straight up with the amount of money that they're printing. And if that doesn't keep you awake at night, I don't know what will, because that's incredible to be on that kind of line right there. You would think it would just kind of keep going like that. But to take off, here's the thing. There's always consequences. And anytime something that dramatic happens, when you print that much money that quickly, you know the old adage, anything that goes up real fast comes down real fast. I'm telling you, you cannot change the monetary base in this country that dramatically and have no consequences for that. And at the rate it's going, we certainly hope that you'll never walk out of walk down your driveway to pick up your paper with your coffee in your hand and see this kind of picture happening. We all hope that it never gets to this in the United States of America. However, you may have heard of Dr. Martin Weiss. He's a very well-known and respected economist, and he's called a lot of economic changes and made a lot of excellent predictions over the decades. And this is a quote from him. He said, the United States is engaged in the greatest money printing scheme since the Weimar Republic in Germany. And back in that time, it took 3 trillion marks, German marks, which was their dollar at the time, to buy a single U.S. dollar. And yes, look closely at those pictures, and that man is sweeping the marks, the currency, off of the streets. And those kids playing over on the right, they're not playing with blocks. That's actually stacks of their currency, the German marks. The marks were worth so little that the kids used them as toys to play with. So what a hearkening pictures those are, and to think about what could happen in our country. So smart people today who pay attention and are watching what's going on have every right to be extremely concerned about what's happening to our dollar and our economy right now. However, there's 2 ways that we can deal with it. We can let fear paralyze us and just go, oh my God, I can't believe what's happening, and just worry ourselves sick. Or we can turn this crisis or this problem into the best opportunity in your entire lifetime. It really depends on, one, how you look at it and what action steps that you take to turn it from a crisis into the best opportunity that you've ever had. So here's the thing. Many experts agree that precious metals offer the single best way to preserve the purchasing power of your dollars. And a lot of people agree on that. You look at this chart, it's pretty simple stuff. You see the chart, gold keeps going up, and the US dollar just keeps going down and down. Here's actually a better, more detailed chart, which I think is very interesting. You see this green line represents the US dollar. And look at that. Look at the trend. Look at the arrow. This whole thing, it is just headed practically, not quite, but practically straight down. And then the silver line represents what silver, the price of silver, has been doing. The gold line represents the price of gold. Look at those two trends. Those are going practically straight up in inverse proportion to what the dollar is doing right now. So to me, that chart pretty much tells the whole story and speaks volumes. So I don't know about you, but to bet on the dollar, given the way things look like that, I would think would not be a wise thing. And it looks clearly to me that gold and silver is the better bet. So, and you look back, here's the 10-year gold chart, the 10-year silver chart. And I don't know about you, but I can tell you my stock and bond and mutual fund portfolio, if I look at it for the performance for the last 10 years, I can absolutely positively tell you that it has not done anywhere close to what simply gold and silver has done over the last 10 years. Look at the dramatic growth. If you do that, if that was real money, real dollars in your retirement fund, think what a difference that would have made over the last 10 years to you. So it's absolutely staggering. So what we're going to talk about in this video, I think it's clear to see that every thinking person should do everything they can to buy some gold and silver as a hedge against what's going on. But what we're going to talk about is show you how the average person can buy all of the gold and silver that you possibly want at true wholesale prices. I don't know about you, but I love playing wholesale. So for me to get my arms around this and really understand it, I first had to really understand the mechanics and the details about how gold and silver are priced. It wasn't enough for me to just say, oh, it's wholesale and take that on face value. I had to understand what that truly meant. So I want to take a look and show you. All right, this is the American 1 ounce Silver Eagle coin is probably the most recognized silver coin in the world today. Okay, it's a great coin. And I'm going to talk about what goes into making up the pricing of that coin. All right, first of all, you have the silver spot price or the market price, right? What that is, and you can access that from any, just Google it, spot price of silver, and there's tons of companies out there that have live charts, and you can look at that and see, it'll show you what the price of silver is at any given moment of the day in the whole world. So whatever the price in the United States is, it's the same price in China, all worldwide. So a lot of people say, well, Doyle, that's great. With your company, can I buy at spot price? And my answer is, I wish we could, but nope, we can't. So, because here's what happens, all right? That's the market price, whatever it happens to be at any given moment. However, the United States Mint, they have a number of different mints that actually physically make and produce these coins, right? And even though they are a government agency, they don't do it for free. They actually mark up the coin. So they will take and buy the raw silver. They'll produce the Silver Eagle coins, and then when they sell them, they will mark them up to make a profit off of them. Currently, as I'm making this, the U.S. Mint is marking each coin up about $2 a coin just from their mark. So spot plus the $2, and then about 99% of all of the production that's produced by the U.S. Mint is sold to 10 major mega wholesalers in the United States. They call them U.S. Mint distributors, all right? And these people buy the majority of what's produced by the U.S. Mint. They buy it at wholesale. And these are huge companies that sell in gigantic volumes. But guess what? They're not nonprofit companies either. So they mark it up. They'll buy it from the mint, and then they'll add their markup. And currently, as I'm making this video, the markup on that coin is probably 75 cents to over $2. What makes the difference in the price? It's volume pricing, because what they do is they sell to the brokers, and a broker could be the coin broker on the corner in your local hometown. It's the guys on TV that are promoting gold and silver 24/7. It's the guys on the internet. Just about all gold and silver brokers buy from these 10 mega wholesalers. And depending on the volume that you purchase as a broker, if you buy a little bit, you're going to pay a lot higher prices than if you're a big-time broker that buys in really high volumes. They're going to get the best pricing from those 10 mega wholesalers. So the broker buys it, and then guess what? The broker's not a nonprofit guy either, so he marks it up. Probably the average markup today is 20% because he's got to pay salespeople, internet costs, lights, overhead, insurance, health care, all those good things like that. And that is what all goes into determining your price, what you would pay for that Silver Eagle coin. So it's a lot more goes into it than just the spot price of the silver. So given that, how can you buy all of the gold and silver that you want at wholesale without having to go through all the pain, cost, and aggravation of getting your gold and silver broker dealer license? Well, introducing the world's only gold and silver wholesale buyers club. It's called Preservation of Wealth. I love the name because that's exactly what we do. So we help people preserve their wealth. And what we're doing is we are literally changing the way America buys its gold and silver. In a nutshell, Preservation of Wealth is kind of like a membership into a Sam's Wholesale Club or a Costco. And I don't know about you, I actually belong to both of them because I love buying at wholesale. I'm buying as low as I can. But the difference here is that Preservation of Wealth, or POW as we call it, POW only makes a profit on the membership fee. So when our members buy the gold and silver bullion, the company makes absolutely nothing, not one single cent. So that's the benefit of being a club member, is you get to buy at true wholesale dealer direct prices. Okay, so club members pay a small annual benefit fee to join the club, and then you get to buy all of the gold and silver that you possibly want. There's no limit, and you get to buy it at wholesale prices. Many members are able to save the price of the annual membership, the whole price and even more, with their very first purchase of bullion. I know I did. With the very first purchase, the money that I saved more than paid for my membership on the very first transaction. And I think I've had 17 transactions since that time. So here's the thing. Here's how Preservation of Wealth does it. First of all, we can't change all of the stuff on the screen. We can't change the spot price. We can't change the price that those 10 mega wholesalers charge, and we can't change the price that the mint marks it up. But here's what we absolutely, positively can do for sure, is we totally take out the broker markup, that 10 to 40% that brokers charge, where just about 99% of the public goes to buy their gold and silver. As a Preservation of Wealth member, we totally cut that part out 100%. And then when you are a member and you place your order for gold and silver bullion through Preservation of Wealth, they go to these 10 wholesalers, they purchase it. Because we do such high volumes and we buy just untold millions of dollars worth of gold and silver, we get the very best, lowest, highest discounted rates from these 10 mega wholesalers. So by being a member, one way to look at it, it's almost like you could walk up to the door or the window of one of these 10 wholesalers and be able to buy at the same price that the largest broker dealer would be able to buy. Because when you purchase through POW, the price that POW pays for the gold and silver that you order equals your price. So what you do is you totally cut out that broker markup. And I don't know about you, but that got me really excited, because the first thing that I looked at that is, hey, I can take that 10 to 40% savings and buy more gold and silver with that money. So I think that's just a cool way to do it. And then here's another thing to look at. At some point in time, you'll probably want to sell some of your gold and silver that you purchase. And POW comes through again, because we will actually buy the gold and silver that you have, the bullion. And even if you remember, you can even sell your bullion back that you didn't even buy from Preservation of Wealth. If you have current bullion, once you join, you can sell it back to us, whether you purchase it from us or purchase it from someone else. We pay the highest prices that you will find anywhere. As I'm making this video, the current buyback price for an American Silver Eagle is $2.40 above spot. And realize this price does change because the market changes and the margins change all the time. But that's as I'm making this video. But I'm telling you what, you can shop and shop and shop, and you will not find anyone else even remotely close to what we give you for these coins. So as a Preservation Wealth member, one, when you purchase, you get the very best wholesale prices that you can get anywhere. And then as a member, when you go to sell or cash out of your gold and silver, we pay you the best prices to buy it back. So you do the math and you calculate the total savings on the whole, some people call it a round trip, the buy and the sell. And I guarantee you, it's the only way to fly because the savings are so great. All right, here's what it is. There's a POW has the benefits package, and it's an annual benefit package that we call it. Costs $249 for an annual fee. Here's what you get. First of all, like we said, get to buy all of the gold and silver that you want at wholesale prices, and that's priceless. And I'm telling you, there's no limit. If you have $1 billion, you can buy $1 billion through us. There's no purchase requirements. So if you've joined and for some reason didn't choose to buy any, then that's perfectly fine. There's no purchase requirements whatsoever. There's no minimums. I mean, you literally can buy one coin if you choose to. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of these broker dealers out there. If you don't deposit 20 or 30 grand in an account in advance, they won't even talk with you, much less sell you anything. So then you also get the wholesale pricing for our numismatic coins, which I'm going to tell you about in just a minute on our option ship program. You get our company benefits package. I'll tell you about that. You get a company website, a back office, a marketing system, capture pages, autoresponders, lots of that. You get that free. There's no sales quota, no required auto ship, and there's no required monthly fees. Wrap all that up and look at the value and the savings that you get for $249 for an annual fee. No monthly fees, none of that. How remarkable, how much value is that? It's absolutely amazing. So here's what I did when I joined. I wanted to find out what my break-even point was. So I bought what we call a tube of Silver Eagles. In that, what you see in the top right, it's a tube that comes from the U.S. Mint. There's 20 coins in a tube, and I purchased one tube from Preservation of Wealth there in the green column. And then there's another big-name bullion dealer who I choose not to mention, but they're almost a household name for people who are familiar with that, and a very reputable dealer that lots and lots of people purchase through. And I purchased at just about the exact same time. I was able to get the same spot price. But if you look at this chart and you see the different fees involved, it cost me 21% more to buy from the big name dealer. And this dealer doesn't even advertise on TV and radio, so they don't have those costs built into their margins. So I was able to save $6.64 a coin by buying through POW, which was absolutely staggering. So how many coins did it take for me to break even? I just simply did the math. It took 38 Silver Eagle coins, which is not a big deal. It's not a lot of coins to break even. After that, everything that I purchased, I was saving money on. So what do we have? Do we only have the Silver Eagles to buy through the club? Nope. We pretty much have every kind of gold and silver coin and bar imaginable that you would want to buy. We have the foreign coins from all over gold and silver. We've got the generic gold and silver bars. We have the name brand gold and silver bars like Johnson Matthey and Credit Suisse and Engelhart. We have the junk silver, the 40%, the 90%, monster boxes, you name it. Pretty much anything gold and silver wise that you want. As a POW member, you can buy it through POW and you can buy it at wholesale pricing. How cool is that? Think about it. Most people in America collect something. Americans are basically collectors. And the U.S. Mint estimated that just about every other American, like 1 in 2 Americans, collected coins to some degree or another. So Preservation Wealth has an optional program called the Option Ship. It's like a coin in the month program. You can choose to receive 1, 2, or 3 MS-70 silver coins each month. They're great. They're great collectors and investors' values. I'll show you that in a second. You get points. I'll show you what that means. And we have lower prices and 3 times more commissions are paid out than our largest competitor in the industry. So it's a great value. So let's take a look at the difference between bullion coins and numismatic coins, right? A bullion coin is simply a bullion that by definition is any form of silver or gold that is non-graded. It can be bars and coins and any kind of form like that. So this is a 2006 American Silver Eagle coin, but it's not been graded. It's just a bullion coin, and as I'm making this video, that coin today is worth about $40, all right? Then there's an MS69 coin. MS is mint state. 69 is one level below perfect. That means it has one imperfection on this coin, which makes it MS69. So the current value is about 55 bucks. So, not a big deal. But take a look at this. An MS70 is considered to be a perfect numismatic coin under 5 times magnification. Here's a 2006 Silver Eagle that the value is $800, and this will blow your way. This is the same coin, only it's a 1995 MS70 American Silver Eagle that's $4,000 value. Do all numismatic coins perform this well? Nope. Some do, some don't, and to all kinds of varying degrees. Is there any guarantee that any of these coins will continue to perform that well? Not at all, but many of them do because they're limited. A perfect coin like this that is graded, that's sealed in a protected airtight slab, that's graded and certified to be perfect and barcoded like that, many times has the potential to have a strong increase in value. So with the Preservation of Wealth Optionship Program, you can choose to buy 1, 2, or 3 coins a month. If you get 1 coin, it costs $99 per coin and it generates 50 points. I'll explain that in a minute. 2 coins cost you 97 each, generates 100 points. 3 coins, 95 bucks per coin, and they generate 150 points, okay? So 2 quick coins I'll show you. The June option chip coin, we vary the coin each month. The coin this past June was the U.S. Constitution silver dollar coin. Great coin, beautiful coin, commemorating the Constitution. The value, again, let's say that you bought it from POW for $99. Here it is, sold out on the Home Shopping Network at $179.95. This is a competitor of ours, and if you were a member, which cost $500 to be a member, their preferred price to their members was $259 for the exact same coin. $259. I believe that's 160% more. So think about it another way, is the value of that coin would have to go up 160% before you'd even be even or equal to the price that you would pay for the exact same coin with Preservation of Wealth. Pretty staggering. The July coin is the U.S. Statue of Liberty silver dollar coin. The coin looks a little gold in this picture, but it's actually a silver coin. It's a Proof 70 DCAM coin. Beautiful coin. Check this out. The value of this coin, here's one on eBay for $575. Here's one from our competitor, and actually what they are offering is a Proof 70 coin, and which is the same as ours, and an MS70, which is a lower value, lower graded coin. 2 of those is what they're offering for $349. So you could get 3 of the Proof 70 coins of ours for less money than you could get 1 of their Proof coins and 1 MS70. So pretty dramatic increase. Professional Coin Grading Service is one of the most respected look to coin grading services in America. And what they showed, and this is as recent as 10 days ago, that the U.S. Constitution coin was valued at $330 and the Statue of Liberty coin at $525. So as a privilege of being a Preservation Wealth member, you can buy these coins for $95 to $99 per coin on a monthly basis. Look at the value that's there. It's absolutely amazing. And if that's not good enough for you, each coin comes with a 4-year, 100% money-back guarantee. That's right. So here's the thing. Let's say you buy that coin today, and 4 years from now, the value of that coin is less than what you paid for it. Then Preservation of Wealth will buy it back from you for the exact same price that you paid for it. And let that sink in. I mean, some of you have been involved in other business opportunities over the years, and you may have a garage full of various products that you bought over the years. And if you think about it, you walk out in that garage one day and you say, man, I sure would like to be able to sell some of this stuff back to the company for the exact same price that I bought it for years and years ago. You absolutely can do that with Preservation Wealth, and that's absolutely amazing. So with Preservation Wealth, one, it's a buying club, a wholesale buying club, but it's also an optional business opportunity. So here's the thing. When you join, if you want to, you can just choose to be a buyer. And that's what I did in the very beginning. I decided back in the fall of 2010 that I was going to get back into buying physical silver in a big way because I saw the writing on the wall. over that, I've invested in gold and silver for decades in the past, and I have had times where I paid as much as like I think 37% over spot for silver. And I'm going to tell you, that is a painful thing to wait and wait and wait what seems like forever before you get to the break-even point. And I absolutely did not want to do that again. I swore to myself, I said, I am going to search and I'm going to find a better way to buy. So I'm not going to get ripped off like that again. So I searched and searched, and kind of by accident, came across Preservation of Wealth, and I knew instantly it's exactly what I'm looking for. I want to buy a bunch of silver. I want to get the best price, done deal, end of story. This is what I'm doing, and made a decision instantly to get involved with that. And I started buying, and I'm going to tell you, I've literally saved thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off of the silver bullion that I've been purchasing through the company. And then after a while, it finally occurred to me, like, duh, if I like this so much and I'm saving this much money, then I bet some other folks would like it as well. So POW also has another option where you can choose to be a builder and get paid for sharing the opportunity with other people. So after a while, I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep buying, but I'm also going to start marketing this business because I was so excited about it. So you can choose to do both, and that's what a lot of people do. So let's take a look at it. I kind of coined this phrase because, if you're buying gold and silver, a lot of people buy on a consistent basis, and a smart thing to do. But if you're buying for less, and you have friends and business associates, family members that are buying, and you're getting it less, aren't you going to tell your friends about it? Aren't you going to share it with them? And that's what I think. I don't think friends let friends pay too much for their gold and silver. So POW, we have a referral compensation plan where we actually pay you to share this opportunity with other folks. And you can earn $100 for everyone you refer into Preservation of Wealth. Everyone who joins at the regular annual membership fee price of $249, you earn $100, okay? So this is what happens. You can earn team commissions that go to infinity. In the program, it's called a binary. So this would be you. As soon as you join, you get a left leg or team, and you get a right team. All right, here's what happens. Everybody that you personally bring in, and everybody that the people you bring in, when they bring in people, they all fall underneath you to infinity. And I might add, the way I build my legs, I build two legs. I build my left and right leg. And when members join, I put them at the very bottom. And then the next guy let's say it's this guy here. Then the next guy who gets in, I put him in underneath that guy. The next guy gets in, I put him underneath that guy. And it just goes down, down, down to China, basically. Here's the cool part. Is every time I put somebody in, and when I put them, let's say I put the next guy right here, when I do that, then this guy gets another 100 BV points, this guy gets another points, I get another 100 points, and it just goes up the line. Same thing on this leg. And if this leg was 100 or 1,000 deep, and I put a new guy at the very bottom, then every single member on this leg gets another 100 points. So the cool thing is, every time you right here, you get 300 points on your left, 300 on your right, you earn $100 cycle commission, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to tell you, after you get your team up and rolling, you can cycle numerous times a day. You can cycle when you sleep because you have people underneath you, and they bring in somebody, and they bring in somebody, and they share it with their friends, and it just spreads like crazy. And every time somebody underneath you, forever, down to infinity, every time somebody gets in, 100 points, more points rolls up to you. The more points you get, the more times you cycle, and the more money you make. So it's a great program. Then, for everybody that you personally sponsor, when they bring somebody in, they make $100, and you make $20 every time they bring somebody in. So you can imagine how those $20 can add up. So let's say this is you, and maybe you brought this person in, and this person brought in this guy and this guy and this guy and that guy. You would make $20 off of them, and it just goes. I can tell you, just keep clicking these dots, and it can go down really to infinity as far as how deep that it can go. Anyway, let's take a couple quick examples. Let's look at the power of the option ship. And this is not assuming that you're making any of the $100 cycle bonuses from bringing in new members. This is just saying, let's say if we get 6 team members on the left and 6 team members on your right, that are each doing the 3 option ship coins a month. Because remember I mentioned the coins generate 50 points on a monthly basis. So what that does is it creates an excellent residual income for you. And the good news is you don't have to bring all 6 team members on your left and all 6 on your right in. We work together as a team, and those people can come from me or you, or the people that you and I brought in, or the people they brought in can come from anywhere. But as soon as you get 6 and 6 on your 6 on your left, 6 on your right, doing the 3 coins, then your 3 coins, the cost of those 3 option ship coins are paid for automatically, so you get yours free. Second goal would be to have 40 members on our left and 40 on the right, all on the 3 coin option ship. That would generate an extra $2,000 a month, or 24 grand a year in additional income. How many of you, for a lot of people, that would make a good difference in your lifestyle to get an extra $2,000 a month coming in pretty much on a residual manner. And then take a third goal. It just shows when you get 100 members on the left and 100 on the right on the 3 coins on the option ship, you're not at 100, but you're well on your way to a 6-figure income right there. And again, we do work together as a team to help people maximize their earnings. So it's, the potential for this program is absolutely staggering. We also have a special promotion that anytime a new member joins, and if you can personally sponsor your 2 people in your first week, in addition to earning the $100 for each person you sponsor, the company is also going to give you a free 2011 1-ounce MS70, a perfect American Silver Eagle coin. And by the way, this is the 25th anniversary, the silver anniversary, that the U.S. Mint has been making this coin. And a lot of experts predict that this 2011 Silver Eagle coin has the potential to dramatically increase in value over the years. So great promotion, and guess what? It keeps getting better. In addition to that, for free, you are enrolled in the Preservation Wealth Benefits Program. So we'll mail you a physical kind of getting started packet. You'll get your Preservation Wealth card, member benefits card. The core value to the program is you get the at-cost pricing for the bullion, so you can buy all the gold and silver you want at wholesale prices, plus you get the discounts on the option ship coin of the month program, the coins that we get that we mentioned. But in addition to that, you get complimentary legal services, pharmacy, travel, recreation, condo, kind of like online purchasing savings. I tell you, this program just recently came out. I think I've had my card for a week, and we've already saved money at the pharmacy by just we were getting a prescription filled, pull the Preservation of Wealth, the brand new card out, gave it to the pharmacist. They took money off of the price of the prescription that we were getting filled. I already have a great prescription program, but with this card, we saved additional money like that right off the bat. Then there's a plus program. I won't go into detail, but there's also savings on vision, dental, LifeLock, and just a whole lot of other benefits that are available with this program. And this is just thrown in as an extra benefit to our team members. Remember the name of the company, Preservation of Wealth? That's what we want you to do. We want to help you preserve your wealth. We want you to save as much as you can on the services that you deal with every day of your life. And we want you to save as much on your gold and silver so you can protect yourself for the economic problems that are headed our way rapidly. So with Preservation Wealth, you get to save a ton of money, and you also get to make a ton of money. And I don't know about you, but in my mind, that's got to be the total no-brainer that you could find anywhere. In addition to that, I started building my program, and I said, I want to make it easier and better for my team members. So I joined up with a couple of members on my team. We put our heads together, and we created a program called the POW Builders Program. It's a special program that's provided only for our team members. And if you're watching this video, you've been invited by somebody on our team. So when you join that person who invited you, you will receive all of these benefits for our team. And I'm not going to go through these. I can spend forever talking about these. You can pause the video and look at these individually. But basically, in a nutshell, we put together a phenomenal marketing funnel or a marketing system that every single person in our team will be able to immediately take advantage of. And I can tell you, we've spent untold hundreds of hours putting this together, lots of money, time, energy, and effort in order to make it easy for our team members. So you don't have to spend that kind of time and money and that kind of thing. You can just join our team. You get instant access to our free team training site that has tons and tons of these marketing resources and trainings and benefits for you. And here's the other thing. As a team member, not only do you receive all these benefits, but when you turn around and you share Preservation Wealth with your friends and, whoever you choose to, market to, for anybody that joins you and your team, they also receive all of these benefits. And then they can do the same thing. And so it goes down to infinity. Every person on our team, you, the person you bring in, the person they bring in, they all get to take advantage of these team benefits that we put together. And if you do the math and you add it all up, it's over $4,500 worth of real, honest to goodness value that's totally free just for joining our team members like that. So if you combine that with the money that you'll save on your gold and silver purchases and with the Option Ship Coin of the Month program, it's, again, just we wanted to make this the biggest no-brainer that you could possibly do. $249, you join, you get all these benefits, you get to save money all year long, gold and silver. I mean, come on, what a no-brainer that is. And let's take a look at this real quick. All right, these are some experts. You've heard of Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy. Robert Kiyosaki believes in silver so much and believes what's going to happen to silver. He bought his own silver mine. You probably heard of Peter Schiff, an economist who's made some excellent and accurate predictions in real estate and the stock market and that kind of thing. He is predicting gold to go to $10,000 an ounce. And I tell you, when gold goes up there, silver is going to be right behind that. One of my favorite authors, Mike Maloney, wrote this best-selling book, Gold and Silver, one of the best books I've ever read on gold and silver. But what he says, I love this quote. He says this is not just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He says it's a once-in-all of human existence opportunity is what's going to happen with the gold and silver markets. And then James Turk, the owner, founder of Gold Money, very well-respected senior person in this industry, I was in a webinar recently with him, and he's predicting silver to go over $400 an ounce. That's a big, big move. Another article in Forbes, real quick, there's a thing called the gold-silver ratio. In the recent history, going back to only several hundred years, the average ratio of gold-silver was 12 to 1. The old history was 12 to 1, going back to recorded history to Greek civilization. And in modern history, the last couple hundred years, it's 16 to 1. So in other words, 16 ounces of silver to equal 1 ounce of gold. Currently, as I'm making this video, it's about 43 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. And here what Forbes is talking about in this article, and I read another article the other day with the National Inflation Association, is that there's a lot of really smart people who are absolutely positive that in the coming years we're absolutely going to get back to a minimum of the 16 to 1 gold-silver ratio. And if we do, just at the current prices, then silver would have to go to $95 an ounce to have that ratio, or a 264% increase. Where else can you get an increase like that and still own the metal? It's not like it's paper. You still physically own the metal, and have that kind of increase is staggering. So again, over the years, like I said, probably a lot of us have been involved in different business opportunities, and we probably have some of stuff like this in our garages. How about, would you rather have a garage that looked like the other one, or would you rather have a garage that looked like this? I don't know about you, but I would like to walk out in the garage and see this, because this is going to take a lot better care of you in the coming years than the other. So here's what I'd like to, in all candor and seriousness, encourage you to do. Is please don't ignore what's happening in our economy. I mean, this is serious stuff, and this could be your only chance, it really could, to cash in big time on this global trend that is coming our way like a freight train out of control. And I came up with this analogy. I totally believe, just like Mike Maloney said in there, I believe if you did the analogy of a wave, and if you were a surfer, the surfers always talk about the perfect wave, This has got to be the perfect wave in everybody watching this in our lifetime. I don't believe there will ever be a better trend, a better wave in our entire lifetime than with the amount of currency that they're printing and what's happening to the devaluation of the dollar and what experts are predicting just how high gold and silver are going to go. Here's the thing. Preservation of Wealth has the exact same gold and silver coins and bars and products that everybody else has. And we have the lowest prices. I believe there's going to be a time in the coming years where a lot of people are going to be running for the exits on the US dollar. And they're going to want to dump their dollars and convert them to gold and silver to protect what's left of the purchasing power of their dollars. And I believe that Preservation of Wealth members, if we're in a business that has the gold and silver products that everyone is looking for, and if we have the lowest prices that they can find anywhere, I just believe that is the best positioning to take advantage of this wave and just ride the wave and to be able to capitalize on it like never before. And I don't know if you remember this old movie called Trading Places, one of my favorite movies. But if you remember, they cornered I think it was the orange juice futures market back then and made an absolute killing. For people who see it now and they see what's happening and they pay attention to the economy and the signs and what's happening, I believe there'll come a day sometime in the coming years for the people smart enough to take advantage of an opportunity like this and both protect your wealth and build a business with Preservation of Wealth and share it with all these other people who need to get the message and get the story so they can protect their wealth as well, that there'll come a day where we'll be like these guys here and just celebrating and say, thank God we had the foresight and the wisdom to see this coming, and we're fortunate enough to have an opportunity that can really take advantage of this trend and profit beyond our wildest dreams. So that's what we wish for you. So there's no time to waste. We really believe that we don't know how fast all this is coming. But you can start, you can join Preservation of Wealth today. And as soon as you start, just so you know, you could join. And the second you join, as long as it's during the business day, you can join anytime 24/7, but you can order gold and silver right after you, at wholesale prices, right after you join. So if you happen to join during the business day, you can join and like 2 seconds later, place your order for gold and silver. You don't have to wait. And you can also start sharing the business opportunity with others right away. Now is the time to live our dreams, to take advantage of this locked-in wave, this locked-in trend, and the people who work hard at this program, I believe, are going to profit in some dramatic ways with this and have the ability, the potential to really and truly make your dreams come true. So here's what, with Preservation of Wealth, you can get started now and never again pay too much for your gold and silver. Never be stressed out and frustrated like I was when I paid the 37% above spot for the silver that I had bought. And you don't have to wait to start building another stream of income, another income source that you can use either to just make life better for your family, or for me, I'm taking that income source that I built and using it to buy more gold and silver. And I failed to mention this, but when I started building this business, it took me, I spent a while putting my program together for my team. But once I started marketing it, it took me about 2 months, not quite 2 months, a little bit less than 2 months, to create a full-time income by working Preservation of Wealth in a very part-time manner. And I'm telling you the truth about that. I have an income that's greater than the median U.S. household income of people working full-time, all year long. I'm making more than that average income with my part-time Preservation of Wealth business. And by doing that, I'm helping other people save money on real things like gold and silver that they're going to buy anyway, that they need to protect their wealth. And people call me all the time and say, Doyle, thank you for sharing this with me. I just made, a purchase of this or that. I just saved this much money. And they're so grateful. And I can't tell you how good that feels to help people and help them in a real way and save real money that they would have otherwise spent and protect their wealth. And then people, as silver and gold go up in price, people are saying, holy smokes, I've made this much, I've gained this much percentage. It's just a fun business to be in, to help. It's a real business, and to be able to help people. So here's what I'd like to encourage you to do is get back with the person who thought enough of you to invite you to view this video, to view this webinar, and to find out what it's all about and what we're doing. Get back to them get your questions answered. And if they can't answer them, we can get them answered for them. We're happy to help in any way. But and if it's right for you, if it feels right for you, then don't hesitate. Go ahead and jump on board right away, get started right away, and start riding this wave that is a great wave to ride. So I want to thank you so much for taking your time to spend it with me here today. I appreciate it so much. And I look forward to hopefully working with you in the future and working with you to build a very bright future together. So thanks so much. God bless. And I look forward to hopefully meeting you in the future.